Let's do these in the division. If I said the Giants will be having Jackson Dart start by week 8, is that true or false?
I'm going to go false. I'm going to go week 10 when they play the Chicago Bears, so he's going up against another young quarterback in Caleb Williams. Now that gives him 8 games to finish the season to be able to get acclimated to the NFL. We know the Giants' schedule, Greeny, is very daunting and hard. So I don't start him that early, so I wait till week 10 versus the Bears.
Great specificity on his part. Go ahead.
I love that from Harry. I'm one of those people who I'd rather see the rookies sit for a bit. Maybe I'm just different, but I think for the Giants, this is a team, they have an improved defense, hopefully. At least it looks that way on paper. Offensively, I just want to see Jackson Dart take a minute, get acclimated, watch Russell, and not feel that pressure of I have to be the guy right away. Russell played decent last year. Maybe he'll continue that.
If their schedule wasn't so brutal, I would say I think the Giants have a chance to be a lot better than people expect, but the schedule is tough.
Yeah.
All right, staying in the division, Hawk is up with us today. Hawk, true or false? Jayden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC.
It's true. Now, look, we have the smallest sample size of any of the top-tier NFC quarterbacks, but we all know the NFL is about trajectory, and I don't think anyone has a higher trajectory than Jayden Daniels coming into this season. The fear with rookie success is that it was a product of the element of surprise. But when you watch Jayden Daniels, his poise in big moments made him an anomaly. His ability to get through his progression and get to read 3 and 4 routinely made him an anomaly. And his ability to lift everyone on the team, every position, even the coaches. Coming into last season, we weren't raving about the weapons or the coaching, but he flipped that franchise and turned them into immediate contenders. I don't think any NFC quarterback could have did that last season.
What do you think, Kmart?
1,000%. Jane, listen, you know how I feel about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But I'm also the CEO of the Jayden Daniels fan club. Just because I was there when he was drafted, I was there in Ashburn, I listened to what they thought he could be, and he has been everything and more as long as he has his number 1 wide receiver.
Terry McLaurin. And there's problems with the contract?
It is stressing me out, Greeny. Here's the thing. He wants his money, and yet you know that he deserves his money. So what are the Commanders doing? They've had a great season. Just get this done.
It would be nice to see if they do it and take advantage of the opportunity they have while they have the quarterback on the rookie contract.
Right.
Let's finish out with the division. Kmart, true or false? 2025 is a prove-it season for Dak Prescott.
I mean, is there any other answer but true? I don't care about the pressure on Caleb Williams or any other quarterback. If you are going to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, then you need to show that you are worth that money. And Dak Prescott, the conversation around him for years, whether he is the guy, whether he can be the guy, whether Jerry should pay him. Jerry has paid him. Took him a long time, but he's paid him. Now Dak has to be healthy, stay healthy, and actually get them to the promised land.
He has been a very good NFL quarterback when healthy, basically throughout his entire career. So if we're saying he's a prove-it season, Harry, what does he need to prove? What's the number one thing Dak needs to prove this season?
Greeny, we know Dak Prescott can play at a high level when it comes to the regular season. It's all about the postseason for me. In his last 4 games, he's 1-3. But you also have to be a reason why your football team is winning and not one of the main contributors to why they're losing. So when it comes to Dak Prescott for 2025, if the Dallas Cowboys have that opportunity to be in the playoffs, then Dak Prescott needs to prove that he is the quarterback that can get them over the hump and at least take them to an NFC Championship game. That has not been the case up until this point.
It's interesting, Hawk, because here's Harry talking about needing to prove it in the playoffs. Most of the people I've got in here every day don't expect the Cowboys to be in the playoffs. Hawk, do you?
I don't expect them to be there, and even if they are, I don't expect them to win a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't think it's a prove-it year for Dak. I believe Dak is what he is. I think he could have a great year. He could go on a run. He could be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But to your point, Greeny, what has he proven? He's gotten 2 big contracts. I think he needs to prove it to himself that he can make a run for a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, or otherwise we're going to look back and say he was Kirk Cousins' self. He's a great quarterback, right? But I don't think we're going to change our opinions unless he wins the big one.
But Hawk, what you're literally describing is what Dak has to prove. This is a prove-it year.
Yeah.
Because as talented as he is, as talented as this team has been on paper, they figure out ways to short circuit when it counts. And so, yes, he's paid a lot of money right now, but he hasn't gotten them over that hump that you expect.
Hawk, how good could they be with those receivers? He's adding George Pickens to C.D. Lamb. How explosive could this offense be if things go right?
It could be incredibly explosive. I mean, giving him another weapon is exactly what Dak Prescott needs. Is when we've seen him at his best. when he has two options to take the pressure off of CeeDee Lamb and a viable number two down the field. Now, I'm not saying Dak Prescott doesn't need to win and be a great quarterback, but I'm saying even if he doesn't win a Super Bowl this year, we'll still go into the next year with Dak Prescott as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and we'll have the same discussions that we're having now and that we had last year. But the issues aren't just with Dak Prescott in the offense. It's with the defense. It's with the interior line. It's with what is Eberflus going to do. So that's kind of my point.
So it's fascinating. We're sitting here all saying the same thing and yet acting like we're arguing over it. We're debating a point that all of us agree with. And I'll say this, I do think the Cowboys are going to be in the playoffs. Here I am. I'm back in the Cowboys and the Steelers.
Who are you?
In the face of all logic. I have absolutely no idea. Dak and Aaron in the Super Bowl. Who says no? All right, as we continue, and went back-to-back winning MVP.
Greeny, I would not be shocked, but I would be surprised. Not because of Josh Allen's lack of talent or anything like that. There's only been 5 players who have won MVPs back-to-back. The latest was Aaron Rodgers in 2020, 2021. So I think, listen, Josh Allen's supremely talented, but the thought that he'd be able to replicate last season, I just don't see it.
I have Andrew Hawkins and Harry Douglas up early this morning, so a couple of guys who would like to have caught passes from Josh Allen during their careers. Hawk, the Buffalo Bills are the only team that is currently favored to win all of their games this year. Are Josh Allen and the Bills your favorite in the AFC to finally make it to the Super Bowl? He's dumbfounded. Oh, they can't hears me. Either that or we just superimpose that photo. Harry.
His sweater, just the brain
it's a new
short
studio. We're working out some of the kinks here. Harry, same question for you. Is Buffalo your favorite in the AFC?
No, they're not. The favorite is still going to be the Kansas City Chiefs until someone proves otherwise. But I do like the chances for Buffalo. You talk about Josh Allen, and can he win MVP again, Greeny? He did a great job of, number one, taking care of the football, which is very, very important, trusting his teammates, and then being Superman when it was warranted. Now, Himbo gave me a stat. There were 13 games, including the playoffs last year, where Buffalo were turnover-free. That is the most since 1933 when that stat began being taken.
The Bills got everything done last year except get over the top. We'll see if they're able to do it this year. Let's get to the next one. Kmart, let's go to Cleveland. You know that team so well. Would you be shocked if Shedeur Sanders was their starting quarterback by Halloween?
Greeny, I would not be shocked, and here's why. The Browns have a daunting schedule to start. I expect, honestly, for them to make a QB change by their Week 9 bye. So I would think Joe Flacco might start and then return the page to someone else. Think about it. Over the last 2 seasons, the Browns have started 9 different quarterbacks. I think injuries in that division could be an issue, and it may pave the way for Shedeur to start.
All right, so let's try Hawk again. You're a former Cleveland Brown. Hawk, what is your sense of Shedeur Sanders getting a chance to be that starting quarterback